Hi guys, welcome back to TOEFL with Juva. Today I will give you a full sample answer for task 1 in TOEFL Speaking. First, I'm going to tell you what task 1 is about, then I will answer the question. After that, I will show you what you need to do to get a high score. Let's get started. Task 1 is called the personal choice question. Usually, you are given 2 alternatives and then you have to choose a side and explain why you have this opinion. The topic is about everyday life. For example, whether it's better to spend one's free time alone or with other people, or whether it's better to stay at home in the evening or to go out. You have 15 seconds to prepare your answer and 45 seconds to speak. That's quite challenging because that's not much time to prepare and deliver your answer. Therefore, I recommend using a speaking template. I used a speaking template in my TOEFL and it saved my life. A speaking template gives you sentence starters that you memorize. This means that you have these sentence starters in your head when you take the TOEFL, and you don't have to spend time figuring out what you want to say. You don't have much time to plan in TOEFL Speaking. You have 15 seconds to prepare your answer, and that time is over so fast. In this time, you need to think about your reasons and the examples that you want to provide, not how you want to start your sentences. If you need a template for TOEFL Speaking, check out my TOEFL Speaking templates. These templates include linking words, a broad range of vocabulary, and the correct structure for your TOEFL Speaking test. Click on the link in the description. You can access my templates for all TOEFL Speaking tasks, tasks 1, 2, 3, and 4 there. Do you find this video helpful so far? If yes, you can help me too. Hit the like button now so that other people know that this video can help them prepare for their TOEFL test. Let's have a look at a question. This question says, some people enjoy traveling on their vacation. Others prefer staying at home. Which behavior do you think is better? Explain why. So you have to say whether you think it's better to travel or to stay at home. And you have to give reasons for your opinion. I'm now going to give my answer to this question, exactly as I would do it in the TOEFL. I'm going to talk a bit faster now because this is how I would do it in the TOEFL. Let's go! In my opinion, spending one's vacation traveling is better. I feel this way for 2 reasons. First, I think that spending time abroad broadens people's minds. For example, I recently went to another country that was totally unfamiliar to me. After I had spent some time there, I started to understand people's values and beliefs and was even able to say a few words in their native language. Second, I believe that going on a trip makes people more confident. For instance, I once went traveling solo to a foreign country and therefore had to find a solution myself to every problem I encountered, which strengthened my belief in myself. I'm sure that I wouldn't be that self-reliant today had I not had that experience. I'm now going to show you how you can get a high score in TOEFL Speaking. Let's have a closer look at my answer, starting with the structure I used. I started with the introduction, where I stated my opinion. I said that in my opinion, spending one's vacation traveling is better. I then used a transition from the introduction to my reasons. I said that I feel this way for 2 reasons. This showed TOEFL that I was going to give my reasons for my opinion. This will get you points because it structures your answer well. Then I talked about my 2 reasons and I gave an example for each reason. Let's check out the vocabulary I used. I used a lot of linking words that are included in my TOEFL speaking template, such as first, second, for example, and for instance, which is great because it means that I do signposting. I tell the examiner, look, now I'm going to talk about my first reason, or now I'm going to provide an example, and so on. Also, I paraphrased the information given whenever this was possible. Paraphrasing means using different words than those given in the question. If you paraphrase, you show the TOEFL examiners that you have a broad range of vocabulary, and this boosts your TOEFL speaking score. For example, the question uses the words traveling in their vacation. I said spending one's vacation traveling, spending time abroad, and going on a trip. These are just a few examples of how you can paraphrase in TOEFL speaking. Let's check out the last point, grammar. You should use more complex sentence structures in your answer because this way you show the TOEFL examiners that you have great language skills. This improves your TOEFL speaking score. For example, I said, I wouldn't be that self-reliant today had I not had that experience. That's a complex sentence structure, and I used it to boost my TOEFL speaking score. That's it. That's how you answer Task 1 in TOEFL speaking. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you have any questions or a video wish, comment below and I would love to see you here next time. Bye bye.